Hey everyone! Well, we're here, we're back, and today we have another anti-MLM video, and it's a new week, so it means we are heading back on over to Reddit, filtering by top posts of this past week, and just seeing what the HUNs have been up to. And the HUNs are always up to something. They are never stopping. They claim to have time freedom, yet they are constantly going, trying to recruit, and maybe sell a product somewhere along the way just to cover up the fact that there totally legitimately can't ever be a pyramid scheme because they have a product. So if you guys like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you really like it, please subscribe. Make sure to check out my description below for all my fun links. And with that short intro out of the way, let's get started. Cult? Yes. And we have an Instagram post. And the post says, "This will never get old. It's been a decade with Mary Kay, and I wouldn't change it for the world. Grateful for 7 free cars, 4 of them being pink Cadillacs. This car represents the beautiful women I get to lead, coach, and mentor daily. They inspire me, and I'm blessed to be their leader. Thank you to all of my loyal customers who I get service daily with. The best products in the planet. Hashtag Mary Kay US, hashtag MyMKLife, hashtag Women Empowerment, and hashtag Mompreneur." That's dumb. Next picture is her kissing her pink Cadillac, and the next picture is a different Instagram post and says, "Nashville did not disappoint. Blessed to be part of an amazing company and be in the space of others that sharpen you. I love my people and excited for the future. Hashtag the best is yet to come. Hashtag unstoppable." This is so cringy, and OP is right. This is absolutely a cult. They're all wearing like either leather skirt or pants, and all wearing white cowboy boots. This person kissing the car is just awkward. And then the first picture, luckily they are not all wearing the same thing. Well, they are all wearing dresses, but I'll give it to them because it's summer, and I'm going to assume that this was posted within the summer months, or at least spring. I'll give them that. OP down here writes, "I can honestly say I've never kissed my car." Yeah, and it's like, I get people, maybe if you're like a teenager, it's your first car, like I totally get that, or maybe it's your like absolute dream car, but I promise anyone and everyone that a pink Cadillac that has Mary Kay plastered all over it is nobody's dream car. And they have 7 cars. And I do like that they said like, thanks, I got these cars because like I mentor people and I coach people. It's like, yes, we know you got the cars because you have a massive downline. We understand that that is the absolute reason that you have these cars. And saying the word free is extremely misleading because you had to sell a bunch of product and have a bunch of people underneath you in order to get these cars. And it's not like Mary Kay just gave you this car for free. You are having to pay monthly on this car. The car is not paid off. You have to pay each month for this car that is in your name, not Mary Kay's name. It's just very misleading when they say the word free. Also, the fact that they have 7 cars in their name, like, that's excessive. Why do you need 7 cars? What? Nobody needs that many. Let's see what the comments say on this. Just for reference, Mary Kay doesn't give out free cars. This lady saying she got 7 free cars from Mary Kay is straight up lying. They're company cars owned by Mary Kay, given out to top customers. You need to buy at least $50,000 worth of product from them every quarter in order to qualify for a car, and they take it back if you miss target. Oh my goodness. And then somebody says, "I'm pretty sure public advertising it as a free car is against compliance, and this lady can be reported for it. I definitely report her to MK." Yeah, exactly. I was like, you can't say it's free because that is completely misleading. Yeah, if it's just a company car that you are driving around, like, it's not your car, and it wasn't free if you have to meet a certain sales quota each quarter in order to have these cars. Also, why 7? Why are they giving you 7 cars? You can't drive around 7 cars at one time advertising Mary Kay. They have to be lying. They absolutely 100% have to be lying. HUNs are texting strangers now. Hey, I know we don't know each other, but my name is Christina, and I'm also in the direct sales space. I normally wouldn't reach out, but I'm launching a new team through key leaders in the industry. I'm part of a health and wellness affiliate company that allows us to earn without carrying inventory or hosting parties. Would you be open to hearing more about the opportunity? If not, no worries. Down here, the OP writes, should I respond with links and facts or just block? Probably just block it. They have to come upon it themselves. Like, obviously, a stranger texting back to them, like, facts, they don't like that. They'll just say, like, no, you're looking at the wrong information. You need to look at only the biased information, not the correct information. You only need to look at the information that we deem acceptable in the MLM industry, because any other outside information is wrong, it's lies, and you're wrong. That's usually how it is. But the fact that this person is probably just texting random numbers, setting it out, and just hoping that somebody gets back to them and maybe they get somebody underneath them. Also, it's like, it's so telling when they just talk about, like, the team aspect. Like, I'm looking for people to join my team. Not looking for people to buy my product. It's I'm looking for people to join my team. Yet they claim to not be a pyramid scheme. And they only bring up the products when it's like, but we have products, like, we can't be a pyramid scheme. It's like, yeah, but in this post, in this text, they don't talk about the products. They just talk about the team aspect of it. And, like, wouldn't you love to know about the opportunity of this? Not, wouldn't you like to try my amazing life-changing products? They're two different things. It's like, you can claim up and down, left and right, backwards, forwards, that you're not a pyramid scheme because you have products and the products are the main focus, blah, 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 blah. When we see through that, we see you just mainly talk about the team aspect over and over and over again. It's like, we see through it, and you may not be able to see through it. You may be blinded by the fact that, like, you can't be a pyramid scheme because you have products and you bring the products up once in a while. But when the main focus is on recruitment, come on, how are we supposed to not see it for how it is? The comments on this say, I have a $159 consultant fee for people who are serious about direct sales and want me on their team. My contacts are valuable to the wellness industry. Please email me at this, and I'll send you an invoice so we can continue this exciting journey together. That's what I'd say. At least she'd block you. And then OP says, play their game. I like it. Exactly. Value yourself and say, if you pay me, I will give you the time of day, I will watch your dumb opportunity calls, but of course they'll turn around and be like, no, see, you need to invest in the company that I work for and make me money. It doesn't work the other way around, even though it should, because you're asking them to take time out of their day, so you should pay them for their time. But HUNs don't understand the value of getting paid for their time. Thought I met a really nice couple at the store a few days ago. And it looks like they messaged them and said, hi, this is the person you met at the store. Here's my link to Amway. That's gotta be really disappointing. And down here, OP writes, I chatted with them for 20 minutes thinking how nice of a conversation it was, only to have them bring up their e-commerce business and ask for my number so they could send it to me. As soon as I saw Amway, my heart sank. I realized they had only been talking to me because they saw it as a sales opportunity, not because they genuinely cared. I'm quite introverted, and I have to be social for my job, so talking to randoms when I'm shopping is not something I enjoy doing. It is such a predatory sales tactic, and now has made me wary of anyone who's trying to strike up a conversation when I'm shopping alone. Don't fake being interested in someone just to shill your BS business. So disappointing. These are the kind of people that I think about when people try and recruit them, talk to them, make a friendship where I'm just making friends with you. It's like, but you're hurting people, because when they come to the realization that you were just using them the entire time, that they were just a name in a notebook, that you're just like going through the motions of talking to them and pretending to be friends with them so that you can hopefully profit off of them, that other person is a real life human being. Like, they think that your friendship is real, that you're not just there to profit off of them. And the Huns can say, like, no, it is a real friendship. If your whole point of making friends with them is so that they join your downline and you can make money from them, that's not a real friendship. That is not real. If your whole point is to be friends with them so that they continuously buy from you and they're a customer, that's also not a real friendship. A real friendship has no monetary value through it. It is just two humans connecting, wanting to hang out, wanting to enjoy each other's company without an ulterior motive attached to it. And it's like, you upset people. They're like, hey, those people are really sweet and like they want to get to know me and they want to like maybe this could grow into something really cool and awesome, and then come to find out, oh, nope, they just want me to join their downline of their MLM pyramid scheme. It's really disappointing and that's really sad. Comments on this say, it's so manipulative. I've been approached by Amway multiple times in the grocery store. And somebody else said, WTF, no one ever approaches me. I'm offended. I'm not even good enough to join Amway. You know, I think you should take that as a win. You don't want to be approached. I've never been approached for Amway. I've been approached for Mary Kay, you know, in a random parking lot. So it does happen. Maybe you're just at the wrong grocery stores, or maybe you just come off as like, I don't want to talk to that person. Because a lot of times they will approach young females, males, like young people, and which is, again, very manipulative and wrong. That you're going to approach these people who may not know any better, and you're like, I'm just here to be friends. We can be couple friends together. By the way, you should join my business. Incredibly manipulative, very wrong, and as always, Amway has just such a classic MLM script 101. Find random people that are shopping alone, be super nice to them, get their phone number, and then hopefully you can manipulate them into joining your unnecessary scam. This time next year, we'll be millionaires. That's quite the claim, hun. So we have a Facebook post and it says, I stopped chasing hype and created massive lasting momentum. And this, pointing down emoji, is before this next huge wave of momentum hits. Tidal wave emoji, tidal wave emoji, tidal wave emoji. What will happen in the next few weeks here will create millionaires on my team and will break generational curses. And most of all, will heal the hearts of broken leaders. Peace sign emoji. And it's just a picture of them in the car, okay? And we have the comments that says, yes, yes, and yes. I'm one of those millionaires. And then I think that's OP. Yep, OP responds, absolutely you are. Sorry, OP HUN, not OP of Reddit. OP HUN says, absolutely you are. Somebody else says, get it, girl. Somebody else says, yes, yes, yes. And OP says, it's happening. You are so deserving of this. Somebody else says, I'm so excited for what's coming. And OP says, me too. This is what I've been waiting on. And then OP says, oh my goodness, yes, let's go. And then somebody else says, yes, yes, it is beautiful. And OP says, yes, it is. It's just, what is this? This seems like a cult. Like, this is absolutely a cult. Like, you can't tell me otherwise. Like, these are how people in cults hype each other up and talk to each other. This is for Bravenly. Interesting. I just want to look up the Bravenly income disclosure statement, and so, which I've never done a video on Bravenly. I feel like I should. So they have the 2022 income disclosure statement, and that hun was saying that she will have millionaires within a year. So let's see, brand partner monthly average. So to be a millionaire, let's see, what rank would you need to be at to be a millionaire in a year? You know, looking at these numbers, none is the answer. Because if you make $35,000 a month, that still doesn't equal out to making $1 million in a year. And that's 0.5% of the company, and they're not even making $1 million a year. So apparently, this hun is claiming the impossible in her MLM, and that's a lofty, culty goal, isn't it, you guys? And, you know, she does have the emojis in there. So usually if they have the emojis, it means they are extra excited, and it's totally gonna happen, and we can't prove it otherwise. Comments on this say, break generational curses like ghosts in the family house, or a ring that kills its wearers within 6 months, generations of dysfunction and abuse, genetic male pattern baldness. I'm not sure which is more far-fetched, the breaking of generational curses, whatever that means, or being millionaires. And somebody says, also, the leaders are broken. And somebody else says, I picture Jack in the Box toys with sad springs that squeak and slump. Yeah, they love to talk about breaking generational curses, which I don't quite know what that has to do with joining an MLM, but then again, they all regurgitate the same nonsensical information across every single MLM. It's probably being said right now at this exact moment in at least 7 different MLMs is my guess. There's a total of 134 fuelings. Buy all for $250 and I will throw in 2 dashes and a small crock pot, or pick and choose for $2 a fueling. Looks like they're trying to sell their Optavia fuelings. Either they're getting out of the company, or maybe this is just their way of selling the product. Either way, it's very sad, and the fact that it's $250 for all of it, and I think they are selling at like half the cost of what all of this Optavia food is, because I think Optavia is like $500 for all of this packaged food. Oh, my computer does not, there we go. I was gonna say my computer does not want to load this. So it looks like snacks, more snacks, maybe like, smoothie powders, maybe. It's just all processed snacks and junk food and smoothie stuff. And Optavia says you can lose so much weight that way. It's so healthy. It's like you're probably not getting enough food either, which is very scary. Optavia is terrifying because they claim to be health coaches. Ooh, like Beachbody, it's weird. They call themselves coaches as well. Extremely misleading. You paid a starter kit cost and then you claim to be a health coach. That's a lie, and it manipulates people, and they, of course, they're not gonna look too much into it. They're gonna just trust that the person on the other end is an actual registered health coach who knows what they're talking about, and not just some rando who bought into an MLM scheme and is claiming to know all about nutrition. Oh, and OP had written, what the hell is a fueling? It's what they call their food. It fuels you. You see these boxes and packages? Super fueling. I see no fresh vegetables or fruits around, which is very strange. And that's the other thing about Optavia, is like, you have to buy their overpriced junk food and snacks, and yet you still have to spend more money on fresh fruits, vegetables, proteins, whatever it is that you need. So that's even more money on top of the $400, $500 that the Optavia fuelings are. And going back to the comments, somebody says, a fueling is a packet of powder that you mix with water to become food. Each packet is 100 to 110 calories, and you're allowed to eat 5 fuelings plus 1 meal consisting of a protein and greens only per day. It's an eating disorder wrapped in a pyramid scheme. Absolutely it is. That just sounds so incredibly unhealthy, and the fact that you're mixing powder with water, it's like, are they astronauts? like these clearly don't have enough calories like an astronaut would, or MREs for people in the military. Like it's packed with calories because they need those calories in order to do a bunch of stuff. But in Optavia, they're like, you get 100 calories per meal. It's totally enough food because you're eating 6 times a day, but when only each meal is 100 calories, it's not enough. It's not enough food. It's not a healthy way of eating, and they are promoting this stuff, and it's dangerous, and it's scary, and it's all under the whole, like, oh, but it's a health coach that told me. Like, I, of course, am going to believe them. Well, the health coach is like, hey, don't you also want to be my competition, do this with me, and make money, make me money? It's sad that people are promoting this stuff. It's dangerous, and it needs to stop. It needs to stop. It's scary that people believe in this stuff because they may not know any better, and they're gonna eat this way. And like the commenter said, it is promoting very unhealthy eating disorders while profiting off of those people. So you're causing people to have eating disorders and profiting off of them. That is, I have no words. Alright, and we have reached the end of the video, so we all know what that means. It is meme time, and it's much needed right now. So, the OP writes, Primerica rep posing for his inspirational quote, and the quote says, in life, you don't get way you want. You get your standards. And they're there, like, posing, like they're talking on the phone with their Rolex watch, and they're just, oh, they're such a strong HUN bro. Brobot, that's what they're called. They're called brobots. And OP down here writes, apparently using empty quotes while pretending to cold call someone is a flex. I think it is. I would totally fall for their scheme, scam, scum with this post. I would just see it, I'd be overwhelmed and have to know everything about it. Because I'm like, wow, I want to stand at my kitchen counter and make phone calls all day and take advantage of people. That sounds great and wonderful. And I can too live by the quote, in life you don't get way you want. That's so inspirational to me. Oh, and then they continue it with, you get your standards. Oh, maybe one day I'll learn what the heck that means. They don't care. They could, this has to be a joke. Like, this actually has to be a joke, because there's no way someone would post this thinking that it's inspirational or that it makes sense. And, you know, there's no emojis in it, so I guess it's not really that emotional and real, and they don't really care because you only show that you care with 800 emojis per post, because that's how you really know that somebody loves and cares about their business, is when they flood any post with a bunch of emojis. And maybe it's to get people's, like, it's like, ooh, pretty pictures. You know, it's like, you know, you have a book with, like, only words. It's like, I can't read that. It's like a book with only pictures. Oh, yeah, I'm much for that. It's like the, is it the Drake meme? Where he's like, no, can't have that. But he's like, yeah, I'll do that. So it's like that. It's like, book with no pictures for Huns. It's like, no, I'm not gonna listen. Book with a bunch of emojis, though. It's like, that's the one. That makes it totally different and something that I want. It's like, they just need to be distracted with pretty pictures and colors, and that's the only way that you can show your love, devotion, and dedication to things, is treating everyone around you like a preschooler. Alright, you guys, I hope you liked this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, and if you really, really liked it, please subscribe. Let's talk anything and everything anti-MLM in the comments below. Forgot to breathe. And until my next video, I will see you guys then. Bye! Just let go.